When your avoidant ex discarded you, they might have told you that they needed time and space to heal, to work on themselves, that they just weren't ready for a relationship and they need to really work on themselves, but they can only do it alone. They have to do it alone. Rest assured, this person is most likely not working on themselves. They are doing absolutely nothing. They are avoiding. That's why they ran from the relationship, to self-soothe. The avoidant had their fears triggered. Fears of engulfment, which is losing themselves in a relationship, losing their independence to somebody who's ultimately going to abandon and reject them. Their fear of rejection and their fear of abandonment. The avoidant, when they get their fears triggered, they do something which is called deactivation. They take their feelings and they bury them, they suppress them. They don't allow themselves to access their feelings for their partner anymore. This is how they keep themselves safe. This is a person that learned from childhood that emotional intimacy and communication lead to rejection and abandonment. This is the result of emotional neglect from their parents or caretakers. This person feels unlovable at their core because they weren't given love as a child. And they fear that if they communicate with you, if they tell you their wants and needs, and if they open up to you, you're going to figure out that this person is unlovable, you're going to reject, and you're going to abandon them, so they shut down. This is a person that has learned to suppress emotions and run away from anything negative. Rather than face it, they avoid it. That's why they're called avoidants. So they're running from the problem. They're running from their fears when they're running from the relationship. So they're actually catering to their avoiding tendencies. So this person is not thinking about the relationship. They're not working on themselves. They're doing absolutely nothing. They're not processing the emotions, and they're certainly not self-reflecting, and definitely not reflecting on how their behavior impacted you. They're trying to avoid that. They're likely distracting themselves, finding ways to keep themselves preoccupied so they don't have to process the emotions, staying busy, maybe even jumping into a new relationship, getting that dopamine rush, that validation, which helps numb negative emotions and distracts them so they don't have to process it. But when this person says that they need time and space, it is very, very, very unlikely that they're doing the work. What they're doing is avoiding, and that's why